What's up YouTube, G-Money here. So what I have is my 93 Honda Accord, and according to the Honda dealer, on the fuel rail right here, this one is overfeeding to where it has excess fuel around, and it's after you run it once, it won't start because the excess fuel will not allow it to start. I'm going to pull out the fuel rail, and I'm only going to replace this one injector. First thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery. Yeah, so right next to this EGR valve right here, this is the beginning of the fuel rail, how the fuel line goes into the fuel rail. You want a 17mm socket. And then you have to take off the lines off of here as well. You do want to take off these electrical wires as well. Okay, so just like that, it goes all the way around. And now you should be able to take the clip in your hand. Then the very last thing you're going to do before you take off the whole rail is take off these 10mm nuts. And there's one of these nuts right there. And the third one is literally right next to the fuel rail. Okay, now this fuel rail should be loose. So this thing has a little collar right here. It does have an O-ring at the end of it that I replaced new. Plus, right where they sit, they do have a little gasket in there as well. Do make sure to replace each and every one of these things. Now with this fuel rail, and you got your fuel injector, do make sure you push the fuel injector up into the fuel rail. It should be able to support itself and hold itself without you holding it up in the fuel rail. Then you insert the entire rail into its holes, and then afterwards you would be putting on the nuts that you took off. With the new injector you just installed, do put this clip on. From here, after you connect this hose and connect the main fuel line, my fuel line's right there. Do make sure to be aware that there is a washer in there, and then finally a nut.